So one of the questions that I guess answered the most is how do I stay motivated to all the things that I do now? And usually my answer is I don't know. I am. But I know that the answer doesn't actually help anybody. And so the other day somebody asked me the same question and I really started to think a little bit more about it. What motivates us? And what I kept coming back to was dopamine, right? You know what? Dopamine is a chemical in our brain that basically says, yo, that feels good, do it again. And this is dopamine, honestly, that is one of the biggest reasons why we do certain things or continue to do things both good but also bad. The good news is that if the habit that you're doing that is producing this feeling is positive and moving your life in the right direction, this is awesome, right? And but a lot of times, I should say most of the times, is the negative things, the things that we do that make us feel good momentarily that are actually having an adverse effect on our life. And so today guys, I want to go over some of those behaviors, everyday things that are unfortunately keeping you and preventing you from being motivated. I gotta say, ultimately kicking ass, dominating life, and being awesome, okay? So let's get started with number one is the internet, right? And not just social media, the internet in general, okay? You know that in the old days before the internet, when I was growing up, in order to do anything cool and see anything amazing, and you had to do, and you had to actually go out and do it. You had to take action in order to do something awesome, which meant that, you know that? If you didn't want to be bored or you wanted that hit of dopamine, you had to take an action to go out and seek it. But now, not at all. You just pick up your phone, right? You can log on to any social media sites and start scrolling, and what happens? If you see stuff, your dopamine gets triggered, right? And your body's like, let's do it again. And so you fall into the trap of always looking at your phone, something else that is porn, right? Pornography is one of the things that does definitely kill your motivation in terms of going out and actually meeting spicy senoritas, because you're like, yo, why am I going to go through the effort when I can literally like log on to my thing to, right? I'm good right now, skins. Unfortunately, this is one of the big things that is causing us to not feel motivated, and we need to replace it with something more productive, right? I gotta say, whether or not it's reading a book, whether or not it's doing push-ups every time you think about it, and whether or not it's working on your side hustle every time you think of it. I gotta say, you rechannel that action, okay, into something that's more beneficial for you, and simultaneously what's going to happen is you're gonna get a hit of dopamine from doing something better and more productive, right? And the second reason why you're not motivated is that you're not exercising. I gotta say, now I'm not going to go into the whole big thing about exercise. You know how I feel about it, right? But for me, every single day, let me tell you what I do. Every morning I go to the gym, I lift weight, I do cardio every single morning. And it's all about being active. If you start challenging your body, you're gonna not only feel incredible, your energy level is going to go through the roof, the fucking roof, okay? And the next reason why you're not as motivated as you should be is that they've given everything, right? We don't want anybody to feel bad. So we're giving everybody trophies for participation. But you need to understand that there's winners and there's losers. And you are the one that's going to dictate which one you are, right? But because we want everybody to feel good and never feel bad, it's preventing us from ever really going out and kicking ass and being amazing. Because it's truly that when you feel bad, there is time you're gonna pick yourself up. And there is time that you're gonna figure it out. And being hungry, being uncomfortable, and being broke, those things are super freaking motivated. And but when you take it away, guess what? You lose your drive, you lose your ambition, you lose your motivation, right? And the other thing, that's the reason why a lot of you aren't motivated, is that you're too scared to fail. You're not pushing yourself the way that you need to push in order to do and achieve incredible things. And what happens is because of this fear of failure, and because you're not truly going after something hard, right? And I gotta say, it's preventing us from ever doing anything great. So guess what? You're gonna stay stuck, and you're going to stay unmotivated. And the next reason why you're not motivated is that you're just comfortable, right? Life is fine, not amazing or anything, but it's good enough, right? You probably have a solid job that you're reasonably happy with that, right? A decent woman, maybe a dog that doesn't run away. You're like, life is pretty good for me, right? You know what? When things are pretty good for me, I know that it's time I shake shit up, because I know that when I feel comfortable, this is one of the most detrimental places that you can be, in my opinion, because it prevents you from striving and pushing yourself to be better. You're not pushing yourself to do better, be better, and achieve more. Unfortunately, I gotta say, complacency allows boredom and laziness and not being motivated to seep into every single hours of your being. But you're somebody that is truly serious about getting out of their own fucking way and doing something incredible, doing something amazing. And then I gotta say, you better understand that nothing is going to be handed to you. You've got to go out there and do it, right? You've got to make it happen. Unfortunately, a lot of us, we don't want to be uncomfortable. And so we don't. And then we stay stuck. And then we stay in our pathetic loser rut. Something else here I just want to mention is drugs, right? If you're somebody that is smoke weed, right? Or drinking a lot, I gotta say, unfortunately, these two things are going to prevent you from being motivated. Or maybe you think you're motivated, but the truth is that you're wasting time, you're wasting energy, and you're wasting your ability to get out of your way, because these two things, drinking and drugs, are going to prevent you from moving forward as fast and as quickly and as nimbly as you probably could. And now I'm not saying you cannot go out and enjoy a glass of wine or a beer once in a while, because I do. But one of the things that I did was stop a significant amount of time, and that is something I can look back to and realize, you know what? That was one of those decisions, those critical moments in my life that was basically defining. And because I wasn't drinking, I wasn't waste money, my body looked better. I felt better every morning I get up. I was pumped up. I was excited, right? If you clean up, you stop doing the drugs and the drinking, you're going to be amazed at how much more productive, how much more clear your mind is, and how much more focus on what you need to do you can be. And the last but certainly not least, another one I just thought of that is a powerful one, is your friends. Ask yourself, who do you surround yourself with? If you're surrounding yourself with all the people that aren't motivated, that are lazy, that aren't going anywhere, there is zero chance that you are going to be motivated. Stop hanging out with losers, okay? I cannot stress to you how incredibly powerful and important this is, not only for your psyche but your potential and your future. Because if you're holding on to these friends that aren't going anywhere, that aren't moving the same direction that you want to go, they're going to continue to pull you down like a weight as opposed to finding better friends. And I gotta say, when you surround yourself with motivated, uplifting people, not only are they going to help you, you were going to help them, but the whole community gains, the whole community raises, right? And get around better people, and your motivation will go through the roof. And that's it, guys. If you enjoy this video, why don't you try me one of these? And if you want more information, you need to sign up for my email and go to a link down below, htmfit.com, and subscribe for my newsletter. Okay, once again, thank you very much, Kins.